Today's show brought to you in part by GoToMeeting. For a free 30-day trial, use code podcast at gotomeeting.com.
All right, so today's travel app of the day is called, we've all heard of MapQuest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's been around for like 15 years.
Exactly, and that's
MapQuest.
kind of like a verb, you know, where you MapQuest something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think MapQuest had to kind of change the way that MapQuest was initially, because obviously they had the website, and then the website you could get as an app on your phone, and so on and so forth. But now people are not only searching out how to get someplace, that's not really what they're, I mean, they are looking at maps, but they're looking at what to do locally.
Once they get there.
Once they get there. So MapQuest launched MapQuest Vibe. That's today's travel app of the day. Let me bring it up here on my phone. Andy, have you heard of this before?
No, I haven't heard about this at all.
Of course, the best part is that it is free, and it's a little bit Foursquare meets MapQuest, and it's pretty neat because you're doing vibe ratings on each of, whether you can go as much as if the city has a burb. If they're burbs, I can't remember the specific term that they use, but if it's kind of a suburban area, you can rate the pizza places, the sub places, and you give everything a ranking, and you can rank it as well, and you're competing with your friends, which I love. If you know me, I'm a big Foursquare competitor, losing right now. A little bitter about that, but this is pretty cool. Okay, so my video is loaded. Let's go ahead and play it.
Okay.
All right, so that is MapQuest Vibe. Andy, what do you think?
Well, it looks like, I've just been reading here a little bit, apparently there's 10 years of data that's actually being combined into this to give these ratings to different parts of the city. So if you went into a town or city that you hadn't been to before, you're really drawing on a lot of experience and a lot of ratings from a lot of people.
Absolutely, and because it's MapQuest, okay, so they've been around, the Vibe profiles more than 50,000 neighborhoods, 27,000 cities, and 50,000 hotspots in the U.S. So they're reaching 98% of the population through that. They've got categories like restaurants, shopping, activities. Of course, when you are traveling, you want to, we keep saying it, all these apps, you want to do what the locals are doing. You want to find out the best place to get pizza. And maybe you're not a burby kind of, maybe you don't want those chain places. It's burby. I was going to say burbalicious, but I knew that wasn't right. So pretty cool app. It's got the competitive nature to it. It's got the MapQuest vibe to it, and it's got the credibility to kind of, it's got that MapQuest name
I think
on
one of the things that's really attractive about this, if I'm understanding it, is the fact that you can go ahead and download this free app, and areas of your neighborhood that you know, that kind of sets the standard. So you can see how places and neighborhoods that you're familiar with are rated. And then when you go to a strange city, you can pull this out and you know really kind of the place that you would be comfortable in, or to seek, a particular type of experience, or just a different vibe. And I guess that's where the name comes from, huh?
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So I'm glad I stumbled upon this today, and it's free for iOS devices. Andy, I looked it up for Android, and all I could find was that you can get the MapQuest app for Android
itself,
not MapQuest Vibe. I'm sure they are working on it. So it's free for iOS devices. Check it out. We've got the link to the free download in the show notes for today's travel app of the day.
Right, and in fact, if you go to the link that we're going to have in there, it actually pulls you over to Mashable, and it gives you an example from Denver that steps through the different neighborhoods and so forth. So I don't know if you can bring that up on the IBGA there or not. There we go. So if we can go ahead, and I'm just stepping through this, having no idea exactly. Okay, so you can select whether you want to set it as far as walkability, as far as the different things that you might have, and then there's a number of looks like dots on the map here that gives you key attractions, and also has top listings for service or restaurants or shopping activities and so forth.
And you know what I really kind of appreciate, and I'm not saying that MapQuest Vibe is going to put you in a safe or unsafe spot, but how many times do you go to a city, and I can speak from the city that I live in, there is a side of town that has the appearance that it's nice, but I wouldn't take a walk. I wouldn't walk my dog. I wouldn't go for a bike ride in it. And if you are not living in the city, you don't really know the vibe of what's going on, if it's safe, if it's unsafe. And I think with MapQuest Vibe, what it's trying to do as well is kind of alert you to the areas that are good for like walkability and things like that may give you a little insider's look on where to go.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And you can never have too much information.
No.
This is a place where TMI is a good thing.
It's a very good thing. So check it out, MapQuest Vibe.
Hey Gabe, wanna go for a walk? Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?
Hey, buddy, you lost? Hold on.
If your pet is the adventuresome type, be sure he's connected to Pet Hub. A quick scan using any smartphone shares your pet's vital information so that even his wildest escapades have a happy ending. Pet Hub, reuniting pets with their families.
Come on, Gabe, let's go home.